Hello, this is House of Fevi. On this video, I'm going to teach you how to draft a pattern post. You're using the Natalie Bray Pattern drafting method. Stay tuned. This is the basic pattern, and so we're going to be using this to map out our sweetheart posture. So I'm always remember the first thing to always do whenever you're drafting anything, maybe a corset, a bustier, a tube, whatever it is, make sure to always increase the dart. That's always the first step. You increase the dart by half an inch or 1 centimeters, and you reconnect it back up to the shoulder line. So then after that, you're going to mark your chest depth at the center front. Then you go ahead and mark your underarm point depth. So here I'm marking 2 inches for the underarm point depth, and I'm going to connect this from the underarm point straight to the new dart line on the chest line. You connect it up to the chest line where the new dart line starts, and then from the outer dart line you connect the sweetheart down to the depth at the center front. You can use any depth you like. From the chest line, just mark the depth you want to use. It could be 3, 4, 5 inches. It depends on how deep you want it to be. If you want to show a lot of cleavage, you can go as deep as 4 to 5 inches, or even down to the waistline. So here I'm just going to connect the back underarm point down to the center back line. Always make sure that the underarm point for the back and front piece are on the same level. Now on the waistline here, I'm just going up by 3 inches because I want the waistline to be the side seam on the waist to be higher than that at the center front, to give this nice curve on the side. So you can see our sweetheart is already out, and you can see the shape there. So I went ahead and marked 3 inches also at the back piece, and so the back is going to be loop. It's not going to have a zipper at the back. So I marked 2.5 inches from the center back, 2.5 inches, and then you connect that up to the back way, from the waistline up to where the back starts. So now we are seeing the shape is already coming out here. It's very easy now. um Here's the tricky part. We are going to make use of the upper part of this bodice now. After separating it, we are going to still make use of the upper part of the body. So you have to ensure you align the shoulder and the chest area. First, you fold or you close the dart. Always make sure to close the dart to get the actual shoulder line. You realize that after closing the dart, the shoulder is no longer on the same line level as when it was on flat. So now you have to measure out the shoulder and extend it. Because we extended our dart, it also affected the dart at the shoulder area, taking out an extra inch. So we added extra 1 inch to the shoulder point, and now we have to extend it so that we don't lose an inch on the shoulder area. You extend it to the shoulder point. You come down by 1 cm on the shoulder point, and you go up by 1 cm on the shoulder point and come down by 1 cm on the neck point, and then you connect this is the sewing allowance for the shoulder. Now you can see after connecting it, it's not the same level as it was. If you take note of the red marker I used to draft it, you would see that it's not on the same level as what we have now using the black marker. It's very important to align the shoulder so that you don't get to lose some inches and have a short shoulder. It's really going to confuse you. So what I'm just doing here is I'm marking out my new neck depth. I'm not going to make use of the basic pattern neck depth because it's too high for the back and it's too high for the front. I just um took my new neck depth, aligned my shoulder line and reconnect to the armhole. Just follow this step, and now on the chest area you can see the sweetheart. I had to reconnect it to align because after folding the darts, once you cover the dart, the lines won't fall in place. I repeat, after closing the dart, lines won't fall in place, so you have to reconnect those lines for them to fall in place and for alignment. If not, if you cut it that way, there's going to be shortage after cutting it out on fabric. Now you can see the that extension, it went higher than the former level. You can see how high it went. Now if you had not closed the dart, you are going to lose what you have up there. That was all what you would have lost if you had not closed the dart and did your alignment. So now you're going to measure out your shoulder, the current shoulder we have, and play the back piece to get the actual shoulder measurement. Then you place it on the back and you reconnect to the armhole. And we are doing this so that we don't have excess on the back piece. Now we just mark out our seam allowance for the armhole and reconnect it to the former armhole line. Now you can try to measure the armhole and see if it's the same measurement. You measure from the shoulder point on the back armhole round up to the shoulder point of the front armhole to be sure. You just have to double check, but I already know this is the accurate shoulder measurement. Since I came out, I extended the shoulder point for the front. So this is basically it. I am just going to add my 1 inch sewing allowance for the side seam. This is not really necessary. You can do this on the fabric, but I just want to do this on the paper since I have that luxury of space here and I'm not making use of the down piece. So I'm just going to come down by 1 cm on the waistline. This is the sewing allowance. This is the sewing allowance, and on the side you go out by 1 inch on the side seam. So I'm doing the same thing for the back piece. The sewing allowance on the waistline. Just try not to add too much seam allowance. It's going to add the excess ease to the bodice when you're done cutting it out on fabric. You just need to avoid having excess allowances on your bodice. guys, this is it. The back, this is just how I want the back to look like. It's going to have like a triangle shape at the back after joining all the piece. So I'm going to show you how I made this on fabric, and in my next video I'm going to show you step by step on how to sew this piece on fabric in my next video.